Hey everyone, you're listening to Ankur Warikoo on Woice with Warikoo. On this podcast, I talk to you about entrepreneurship, how to grow in life, manage personal finances, handle failures, and a lot more things that just come to my mind. The episode begins. This will be a very different podcast episode. I was reflecting upon a lot of things after having lived life for 42 years, and I wanted to share some of these reflections with you. So this podcast will be just a series of thoughts, one-liner sentences that hopefully will provoke you, make you think harder, make you reflect. And that will be one of the best things that I would want out of this episode. So let's get started. I realize that nothing pisses the world off more than you being comfortable with who you are. Watching your kids grow up is heartbreaking. Every day they lose a bit of their innocence and become just as corrupt as we all are. That's a precious life going away, one day at a time. Money buys freedom. And freedom, I believe, is a privilege. When you listen to someone without judgment, it's one of the most precious gifts that you can give someone. I realize that risk and failure is a state of mind. There's no measurement scales for these, right? We create them so we can destroy them too. We're not naturally trained to love ourselves. Learning how to do so is this journey called life. You can neither choose your parents nor what they end up doing to you psychologically. So be prepared to heal yourself if you have to. To not have a plan and be okay with it is the best plan. But it will take everything to get to that point. This world that we live in is designed to make our lives comfortable, but avoiding this comfort trap is the difference between who you are and who you could have been. No one owes you their time and money, and you don't owe anyone either. Losing your temper is a sign that you have a long way to go. If you're comfortable dancing in public without alcohol or drugs, you're at peace with who you are. The world will always keep you in the news if you do the unexpected, because no one covers the expected. No one cares about the expected. The easiest way to learn from mistakes is to read books. The next option is to commit them yourselves. Being in control of your time is being in control of your entire life. There's frankly nothing else worth controlling. Do not try and remember anything. Write it down. Keep a calendar. Free your mind from tasks. Resisting the obvious is a great way to change your orbit. If you do what everyone else will do, you will end up as everyone else. The world will constantly be defining success and failure for you. Realizing this is what is called self-awareness. The years during which you work the hardest will nothing to show, will be the years that will build you. But they'll ironically also be the years that the world will not acknowledge you. The world fears the person who doesn't fear anything, but it's scarier for the world to face someone who embraces fear. Holding a grudge against someone requires a lot of effort. Think of all the wasted time spent being mad at someone. You're not responsible for anyone else's happiness, because being responsible for yours is as it is tough. Being grateful in life for what you have is precious. Complaining has never got someone to the solution. Working out teaches you discipline and patience like few other things do. You outgrow relationships. And when you do, don't be ashamed to move on. The most dangerous people are those who run away from change, but they're also the ones who suck the most energy. Being good at something and being happy doing it are two very different things. People would much rather work for a competent asshole than an incompetent, nice guy. The purpose of school is not to teach you subjects and concepts. It's to teach you how to drop your ego and learn as a student. That's why life is also called a school. Don't ever fool yourself to believe that you deserve to be where in life. You're just plain lucky. We're all lucky. We're born into privilege, love, care, and shelter, sitting on opportunities that people far smarter than us and far more hardworking than us will never get to see, even for a second of their lives. Spend time with people who are not like you. You don't want your world to create a bigger version of yourself. You want it to create a better version of yourself. That happens when beliefs are challenged and debated. Density is what Destiny is what happens to you. Life is how you choose to react to it. Would you be friends with your own self? Would you marry your own self? Would you be your own boss? What version of you would you much rather not be? And why are you still that version? True respect is when people know everything about you and still respect you. Because to get respect from a distance is easy. But that isn't respect. That's infatuation. How you treat someone who has nothing to offer defines your value system. Your values don't help you grow, but in times of shit, they hold you together. Empathy cannot be taught. Either you have it or you don't. And if you don't, compensating it by intelligence doesn't help. Best is to remain an asshole. The hardest thing in the world is to tell yourself that it's not hard at all. You will get what you seek, not what you desire, not what you dream, what you seek fervently. Have a good one. Thank you for listening to this episode of Woice with Warikoo. To be notified of upcoming episodes, be sure to subscribe and follow the show on this app right now. Also, don't forget to rate and review the show because that just feels nice. Thank you.